Hey guys, welcome back to English with Simi. If you're looking to level up your English and sound more like a native speaker, then you're at the right spot. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 10 common phrasal verbs to help you level up your English. These phrasal verbs are phrasal verbs you come across in everyday conversations. Once you master these phrasal verbs, your English will instantly sound much more natural and fluent. But before we start, I have created a detailed PDF guide packed with examples and exercises to help you through this lesson. Make sure you check the description below to get your copy. Let's start. Alright, so what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are a combination of two particles, a verb with a preposition or a verb and an adverb. The meaning of the phrasal verb is usually different from the meaning of the original words. First, we have the phrasal verb turn up. It means to show up or to arrive at a place. It's very common when talking about events or meetings. Let's look at two examples with the phrasal verb turn up. 1. I was very worried no one would turn up for my party, but it was packed. 2. It didn't show up for the meeting this morning. So next time you're waiting for a friend, you can literally use the word show up. For example, I'm waiting for my friend to show up. Next, we have the phrasal verb get by. This means to manage or survive when things are becoming difficult. It's not about surviving, but it's about getting through, pushing through the hard time. Let's look at two examples with the phrasal verb get by. 1. I don't make a lot of money, but I get by. This statement means that I'm pulling through, regardless of the situation. The second example, she doesn't speak English, but she gets by. You can use this phrasal verb when things are not easy, but you're managing. Now, let's talk about the phrasal verb pick up. We use it when we want to lift or collect something. But did you also know it can mean to improve or to learn something new? For example, can you pick up that book for me? Or she picked up English really fast. This sentence means that the person learned a new language really fast, which is English. So we can use the phrasal verb pick up to say that someone was able to learn something in no time. Next, we have the phrasal verb give up. It means to stop something or quit something completely. I know this phrasal verb sounds negative, but guess what? When something is not going well, it's okay to give up and start over. Let's look at two examples with the phrasal verb give up. 1. Don't give up on your dreams. 2. I gave up trying to fix the old computer. So, remember, give up doesn't mean you failed. It simply means choosing a different direction or a new path. The next phrasal verb is run into. It means to meet someone unexpectedly. For example, imagine walking along the street and you come across a friend you haven't seen in almost 10 years. In this case, we can use the word run into someone because you meet the person unexpectedly. Let's look at two examples with the phrasal verb run into. 1. I ran into my old friend that I haven't seen in 20 years. 2. I ran into my cousin at the airport. Bet this has happened to you before. Did you recently run into someone that you haven't seen in years? I would like to know. Let me know in the comments, guys. The next phrasal verb we have is bring up. It means to start talking about a topic. It's often used when discussing something important or sensitive. For example, she brought up the issue about my health and I wasn't cool with that. 2. Don't bring up politics at dinner. It means because we're not interested in politics at the moment, we're eating, let's enjoy our meal. Remember, when you bring up a topic, it's usually something new. Let's move on to the next phrasal verb, look for. It means to search or seek for something. Like when you lose your keys or you're looking for a new job. For example, I've been looking for my keys for hours. Or I've been looking for a new job for almost 1 month. So if you're ever seeking for something, remember you're looking for it. So in this case, you can use the phrasal verb look for because it makes you sound cooler and it makes your English sounds more like a native speaker. The next phrasal verb we have, which is the 8th phrasal verb, is make up. This one can have 2 meanings. First, it means to invent a story. And the second one means to make up excuses. Let's look at 2 examples. He made up a story about why he was late. 2. They had a big fight, but they made up. This means to solve a huge fight between 2 or more people after an argument or a misunderstanding. Next, we have the phrasal verb set up. This means to prepare or arrange for something. It could be a meeting, it could be an event, or it could be anything. For example, I'll set up the meeting room for you. 2. They're setting up a business in the area. When you're organizing something, you're setting it up. And lastly, we have the phrasal verb take off. It can mean airplane leaving the ground or something becoming much more successful or popular. For example, the plane took off at 9 a.m. Remember, we can use phrasal verbs in both present and past form. 2. Its business really took off after the renovation. So, when something starts getting better, we can use the phrasal verb take off. Alright, we've gone through 10 common phrasal verbs. They're pretty common, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, don't forget to check the detailed PDF guide packed with examples and exercises to help you through this lesson, and most importantly, to help you practice what you've learned. Remember, practice makes perfect. That's all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end, and do not forget to subscribe to English with Simi for more English lessons like this, and make sure you follow me on Instagram at English with Simi for more daily lessons like this. Goodbye, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!